To understand the roots of Portugal, we must travel back to the 9th century, a time of both turmoil and opportunity. In this episode, we'll explore the story of Vímara Peres, the man credited with the founding of Portucale, a key figure in the formation of what would later become Portugal. Who was he? And how did his actions in the Iberian Peninsula set the stage for the birth of a nation? The 9th century was a pivotal time in the history of the Iberian Peninsula. After the Muslim conquest in 711, much of the region fell under the control of the powerful Umayyad Caliphate, while small Christian kingdoms in the north clung to their independence. These kingdoms were engaged in a long, slow process known as the Reconquista, the effort to reclaim land from Muslim rule. It was during this turbulent era that a nobleman named Vímara Peres emerged. Born around 820, Vímara was a trusted lieutenant of King Alfonso III of Asturias, one of the most prominent Christian rulers of the time. Alfonso sought to consolidate his kingdom's borders and, crucially, to reclaim the strategic region of Portucale, what we know today as Porto. In 868, Vímara Peres was entrusted with a critical mission, to lead an expedition south and retake the fortified city of Portucale from Muslim control. The city, located near the mouth of the Douro River, held immense strategic importance, serving as a gateway between the Atlantic Ocean and the inland territories. The Kingdom of Asturias was divided internally into several counties or royal provinces. Portucale was one of these Asturian counties. In 868, Vímara Peres was named Count of Portugal by King Alfonso III after the reconquest of the region north of the Douro River. Later Portuguese historians viewed this event as the earliest milestone in the history of the state of Portugal, although Portugal did not achieve independence until the 12th century. Vímara successfully reconquered Portucale and, more importantly, secured the surrounding region, establishing it as a Christian stronghold. This victory marked a turning point in the region's history and paved the way for the development of the northern territories that would later form the nucleus of Portugal. Following his military success, Vímara Peres was rewarded by King Alfonso III. He was appointed as the first Count of Portucale, effectively becoming the ruler of this newly reclaimed territory. Vímara didn't just stop at military conquest, he began the process of resettling and reorganizing the land, bringing in Christian settlers and rebuilding infrastructure. Under his leadership, Portucale became a prosperous and fortified region, serving as both a defensive outpost and a hub for economic activity. This laid the groundwork for the emergence of an independent identity, separate from the larger Kingdom of Asturias. Though Vímara Peres passed away in 873, his legacy endured. His descendants continued to rule over Portucale, and over the next 2 centuries, the county would gradually distance itself from the influence of the neighboring kingdoms of Leon and Castile. By the 12th century, this independence movement culminated in the establishment of the Kingdom of Portugal under King Afonso I. Vímara Peres' role in the early formation of the Portuguese nation is undeniable. Without his reconquest of Portucale and the foundation he laid for future generations, the creation of Portugal might have taken a very different course. Today, he is remembered as the first ruler of a land that would grow into one of Europe's oldest nations. From a small military expedition to the birth of a nation, the story of Vímara Peres reminds us of how individual actions can echo through the ages. As we walk the streets of Porto or look upon the Douro River, we are witnessing the legacy of a man whose vision and determination helped shape the future of Portugal. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this key figure in Portugal's history, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos.